Alright, time for another game of this month's MSEM GP. So this is actually the tiebreaker games for the top cut because my round 4 opponent dropped. But yeah, I'm playing Mono Red Burn against Soul Sisters, aka Abzan Clerics. Which, yeah, are we doing... Okay, I guess we're doing rolls because it's not top cut. Okay, I'm on the draw, which is actually fine. And this is actually a pretty good hand. I just need to hope to draw a land in my top however many. But yeah, so despite what you might think, this matchup isn't actually that bad for me. They mount to 6, that's good. So they're playing Soul Sisters, so you would think that Burn's bad against it, but the thing is, my deck has so much removal that if I just remove all their guys, they can't really do much. So like in this matchup, I think I'm actually the control deck. And I got a pretty decent hand for doing control deck shenanigans because I got turn 1 Hatfields, and I just need to draw a second land before I can start using these things to I can remove like 1, 2, 3, 4. I can remove 5 guys on board before stuff becomes a problem. And yep, so the exact card I needed, or the exact sequence that I wanted to see, which is Hatfields. They still gain 1 life though because right. Because this thing dies after state-based actions. So I need to draw. I really want to draw land next turn, but if I don't draw land, it's still good for. Or I can still play because I'll just use one of my 1-mana removal spells on whatever else they drop down, and they're going to play another 1-drop. Okay, well that's getting answered, and this time I guess Basalt Charm's probably hitting it. Yeah, probably just hit with Basalt Charm so that. Like, they don't have anything else lined up. But because I want to save my damage for things that actually have more toughness. Yeah, so yeah, I'm still in the second land waiting room, but even if I don't draw a land, I mean, if all they're doing is playing 1 creature a turn and I remove it every turn, then I'm still quite happy. I mean, it's not great that I don't have lands and I'm stuck on 1 land, but like, they're not really doing much right now either. I'm just answering everything they play. So unless they're like holding some sort of combination of cards that lets them they might just hold like something that draws cards when they gain life plus a way to. Okay, I guess they're still not doing anything. Alright, and that's my second mountain. So I know I said in the past that naming reduction on Neon Claw Knight is basically always wrong in this deck, but I think this is the one scenario where it's actually correct because I want to get Neon Claw Knight in play, and I also want to remove this thing before it goes too nuts. And the best way to do that is name reduction and scorch it. Yeah, like this is. Do they have any instant speed removal? Nope. Their entire deck is 40 creatures and 20 lands, or their entire main deck is 40 creatures and 20 lands. So no, they don't. And one more you control. So this thing doesn't gain anything, but it's still fine. So yeah, one of the few times where I actually do the reduction function, and it's actually correct. So if I can get a few swings in with Neon Claw Knight, I'm just going to make reduction functions every turn. Maybe eventually I'll be able to cast Hatzel's Maneuver Reprised to blow up their board again, and yeah, maybe they'll run out of stuff for me to kill. Okay, I guess they have something lined up. This I don't think this does anything. Okay, this actually has a backside. What's the backside? It's technically Grave Hate and it's technically Life Gain, but yeah, mostly irrelevant. I don't want any of these guys to stick, right? Can I efficiently remove both of them? I would need to use up both my cards to do so, which is not something I want to do right now. But I don't think I can afford to let them stick around. Actually, I think the play here is I swing with both guys, see what they do, suspend or orchestrate Storm Surge, and then next turn I can, well, I need Neon Claw to survive in order to make that play. I could just like play on 2 guys and swing, but the problem is that it gives them the chance to untap and actually do stuff, and I don't want to give them the opportunity to do something like that. I mean, I guess I can always just hope to top deck into stuff to reprise Hatfields with. You know what? I think I've convinced myself. Like, I think this is working out so far for me, where I just remove absolutely everything they have. So, like, I think I'll just continue doing that. The move to graveyard shortcut doesn't work across zones. I thought I fixed that, but whatever. So yeah, naming reduction again, which is like a complete 180 from everything else that this deck does, or what this deck does in every other matchup, but somehow actually working out for me. Yeah, take 6. They're down to 7 despite well, I mean, they just never managed to get any of their guys to stick, or they never got to get any of their synergies to pop off. So, yeah. So if I top deck a burn spell next turn, then I get to reprise Hatchels after I swing with Neon Claw, and that probably wins me the game. Or if they just don't put up any pressure, I just put down 2 Banish Companions and they're forced to block. And they're still taking damage off their lands, so that's quite good for me. Machi Initiate. I guess that's probably just chumping. That's another mountain. Is there anything for me to do here? I can bring them down to 1. I don't think I need to reduce anymore because most of the spells in my deck can reprise onto Hatzels with this board state. So I guess I just choose Amplify so that in case they gain 1 life, Hatzel still kills them. Yeah, I guess that's what I'll go for. So yeah, swing with this, name Amplify, and they're forced to chump here. They can still gain life they can still gain life off the backside of these guys, right? So maybe that's something I need to worry about, but for now, I think I'm pretty safe. Yeah, just play Mountain and Pass and hope for some good top decks, or I mean, it doesn't really matter, right? They would need a very specific sequence of draws to not die to Banished Companions next turn, and I don't see what that would be. Like, untap basic plus... Alright, cool. So managed to get the game 1 off of them, which is quite good for me. Because that means that I don't have to worry about more stuff in game 2. I don't have stuff to cost them in the main deck anymore, right? So I don't think I want Find Greater Purpose because I'm the control deck here and I don't want to be going down on stuff to find more stuff. I'd rather just be a Glary Impressions thing, and I'll put in Mail Munch. I guess I can bring out some Basalt Charms. Yeah, I guess I go with this. I'm still at 20 lands, so like, my land count is a bit low for being a control deck, but like I'm not going to bring in Shikai's Redoubt to up my land count, am I? Like my deck's way too red intensive to make use of the colorless mana from Shikai's Redoubt. So yeah, I guess this is probably what I want to do. I mean, I guess I can cut on some storms. I don't want to trim on storm charges because there's the 3 toughness guys I need to kill. Yeah, I guess I go with this. And this hand is a lot less good. So turn 1 Scorch their thing, turn 2 without Neon Claw, like, I think I need to mulligan this despite the fact that it looks like a decent burn hand, just because it doesn't have enough answers. Okay, this is much better. Probably not going to Banish Companion turn 1, so I guess I bombed that. I mean, RickyRister is probably better for me in general, right? Or, so like, what's my play here? Probably like turn 1 either Rogards, no, turn 1 Rogards, wait, that leaves me blank for, yeah, I need to turn my Mail Munch them because I need 2 damage for their whatever that gains life off that. So that means I'm probably buying Mercury Descent. So do they have a 1-drop for me to snipe? They might actually just hold it back on 1-drops. Nope, they're still just playing out 1-drops. Okay, I mean, I could just play out Banish Companion here. What's the worst thing that can happen if like I let them untap with Soul Warden? Let me think. Oh, they have like 2-drops that draw cards on like when they gain life for the first time each turn. So like, yeah, like if they drop this thing and so that thing enters and then the ETB yeah, I can't let that happen. So I have to Mail Munch that. And yeah, now I'm hoping that they just curve out. Oh, they're mana screwed. Oh, that's really unfortunate for them. So now I guess I go Banish Companion Rogar's Gambit. Yeah, seems about right. I can Brazen Sacrilege. So that does mean that I can't blow up a Dark Sand Acolyte if it comes down, but like, I guess that's fine. Or can I? No, I can't because I don't have enough mana to do that. Keeper of the Sanctum. Yeah, that's getting blown up too. I just need to blow up everything that they play out. Although at this point, like, I must... maybe I do just jam Prescience because I'm going to run out of answers soon. And if I wait a turn, I can Brazen Sacrilege into Rogards. Like, what's the worst thing that can happen if I let them stick a creature for 1 turn? All they get is a 1/1. They could use... So the worst thing they could do is Soul Warden plus Dark Sand Acolyte, which is absolutely fine, right? Because then next turn I get to Brazen and blow up that thing. Yeah, I think I want to get Prescience into play first. Oh, they trade. Okay, good. That's really good for me. So, like, worst case scenario is that they boarded in the Anointed Cursebreakers and they Cursebreaker me. But that's still fine, I think. Oh, they did board that thing in. Alright, cool. But like, they're not developing their board now, so I can just Rogards and then replay this thing. Yeah, that seems pretty good. And I'll have Brazen Rogards next turn. Seems like opponent just got super mana screwed this game, which is very unfortunate for them. Okay, they don't have green mana still. Dark Sand, okay, yeah, that's think that's one of the things I was worried about. If I want to get out second impressions, I can actually hold on the Brazen Sacrilege or I can hold on the Brazen into Rogar's Gambit right now because this thing's an instant, so I can reprise an instant so that I can like reprise this thing at instant speed now. Yeah, I think I hold. If they want to start playing out creatures, then Keeper of the Sanctum, yeah, that's fine. Are they just going to swing with this thing? What's the worst they can do with one black mana? Did they play a land this turn? No, they haven't. So like technically they could play another 2-drop after this. Is there any point in? I guess I can afford to take right now. I just want to be. All right, I guess like there was no reason to do that then. Or actually, do I need to? Yeah, sure. Let's just get rid of this thing. So start getting counters on Prescience. Let's see. No, Bash Companion. I'm not complaining about that. Unfortunately, I can Rogar's Gambit to blow up the Keeper of the Sanctum. But I think I can actually leave this guy around for now. I'll just get down another Prescience and oops, wrong counter type. Yeah, I'll just get down another Prescience for now. And do I care about life right now? I guess yeah, sure, I'll swing. Like having this many Prescience is kind of threatening a very okay, that's scary. That's actually that's actually a lot of life, a lot of damage from my opponent. I mean, on the bright side, at least I have like four prescience ticks going, so like yeah, like I can basically do whatever now. So I can wipe this board, right? Storm Surge, Metal Munch, reprise Rogar's Gambit. So that's 1-1-3-2. Yeah, that just answers the entire board. I don't have to reprise Rogar, or I don't have to use up Storm Surge right now. I can just Scorch directly, and that's probably a good idea. And just so Scorch that Rogar's Gambit this thing. So that gets a counter on both of these guys. And yeah, let's also Metal Munch these guys. Do I need to like attack right now? I don't want to attack right now actually because this is actually going to kill me faster than I can kill them. So I guess I can suspend Storm Surge. I mean, I can keep I think I can afford to keep Storm Surge right in hand right now. I'll just like play out Suitor just to get another Prescience tick on these guys. So I'm flipping 10 cards next turn. Hopefully that's enough to find lethal somehow. Like since I'm at 8, I'm actually not that safe. Like yeah, these guys can actually give me for quite a bunch. But it seems like opponent's starting to run out of resources too. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So what? Right now I want to kill this thing and then swing for as much damage as possible. Well, I'm definitely playing Fireheart Halls. And I'll just make another one of these things. I guess like my opponent just needs to survive for long enough for Prescience to exile my entire library. Like that's actually a win con for them. So I need to make sure that doesn't happen. So what's the best thing I can be doing right now? I think I want to Scorch, Brazen, Scorch, Hatsuels. That gets a bunch of things into play. That's probably more damage than Neon Claw Knight overall. I mean, I can get Neon Claw Knight into play, but it's only going to buff some. Yeah, I think the best thing to be doing right now is to just so get rid of this guy. Oh, I actually have a Basalt Charm left over too. Okay, so I guess I just do the entire thing then. So Brazen and Hatsuel's Basalt Charm. So that yeah, I actually just die next turn if this doesn't work out for me because of how the damage is working out right now. But I mean, this is a lot of damage. Do I need to swing with Banish this turn? I think I can afford to hold back with Banish Companion. Yeah, I'll just swing with Suitor this turn, right? So I think next turn I should be able to flip enough things off Prescience to just kill them. So unless they can do 7 damage from hand, or unless they can do 7 damage with 2 cards from hand, I think I should win this game. And Vidal! And yeah, there we go. So I think the game just went super well for me both times. My opponent got massacred in both games, I think. Maybe not in game 1. Let me check. They're still in that game, right? I'll just wait for them to leave the game. Actually, can I just... Do I have the ability to kick them? Let me check. Yeah, I can kick from the game, and then I can leave the game. Cool. So yeah, so in game 1, let me see. So they're starting hand. Oh, they had they had the combo, or they almost had the combo. Yeah, their deck also plays an infinite combo with Dawn Silhouette and Speaker of Deliverance, because if you Gestalt, or if you merge Dawn Silhouette into Speaker of Deliverance, it doesn't have the name Dawn Silhouette anymore, so then Dawn Silhouette's ability can target itself, and then it gets infinite blinks or something. But yeah, so I guess I mean, that isn't a bad keep. They kept a hand, they had the bottom one. Yeah, they kept the 6 card hand, and then what? So they went turn 1 Soul Warden, gets blown up, and then they just never got their 3rd mana in time. Yeah, okay, they didn't get their 3rd mana. That's pretty bad, yeah. Because if they had their 3rd mana, then they could do no, all their Soul Sisters already got blown up. Okay, so they couldn't really do much if they okay, this turn if they had an extra mana, then they could do Anointed into Machi Initiate, and that would let them get an activation off this thing, and then that might be enough for them to start out resourcing me. But that didn't happen, and I also got I got the perfect draw where there's just a bunch of burn spells. Yeah, and then the game just kind of went off the rails for them. And then in game 2, they just like kept the bat, or they were forced to keep. They kept 6, and they kept the 1-lander. I mean, I guess that's fine. Yeah, they have a bunch of 1-drops, so like this hand would work if they drew like a land early-ish. Then they missed a land. Then they finally got the land, but it was not a black source. Well, if they found a black source and then played Dark Sand Acolyte this turn, then I would be forced to use Brazen plus. I would be forced to Brazen plus. No, I can't even do that. Yeah, if they dropped Dark Sand Acolyte, I couldn't deal with it this turn, which means I'll be forced to. Well, I mean, the play here would be to swing with Banished Companion, hope that they block, and then kill it. They're probably not going to block because they know that's my plan. Then I just swing with Banish and drop Prescience, and then they get an Anointed Cursebreaker down on board with the Dark Sand Acolyte, and yeah, that would be a lot worse for me than if they hadn't. Well, and they eventually got the Black Source, but it was a bit too late. Like, I already had Prescience online after that, and yeah, then Prescience just went all the way. And I probably did not need to attack with Banished Companion that turn, but I think it still ended up working out for me. But yeah. Anyways, I guess this game just shows how powerful Prescience is, and how Prescience basically allows you to turn into a control deck against small creature decks. But yeah, so that means I'm making it to the top cut, so hopefully we'll be seeing more games from there.